Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for stopping by. On today's video, I am going to talk about long distance relationships and the different stages and all of that stuff. But before I get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things, and yeah, hit the notification bell and to get notified when I upload a new video. So, this is what I have decided to do. I am not going to be so stuck on a schedule because I feel like I have to meet that schedule every month. So, since I feel like I have a schedule at work, I will not have a schedule at YouTube because I don't want it to become a job. You get what I'm saying? I just want it to be a platform where I can speak my piece and talk about different subjects that I feel heavy about and be done. I don't want it to feel like I'm obligated to put out a video. But what I will say, I do want to put out 2 videos per week. I might just decide to put it out on different days of the week, so you guys should go ahead and hit the notification bell. Somebody told me they had it on the notification bell, but it's not sending out notifications like to your phone or anything. I think what it is, if you're not in the app, you won't see it, and to me, it's kind of defeating the purpose, because if it's a notification bell, it should be coming to your phone. So I don't know how that works, but anyways, let's get into this. In order the way that I feel them when I'm in a long distance relationship. Sometimes these stages happen, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you just say fuck it and break up. But the first one is apprehension, dread, fear, all of the above. And I feel like majority of us get to this part because we all have the fight and flight response. And if you don't know what that is, like for instance, when a bear scares you, or when you think a coyote or a wolf is behind you, you're gonna run, okay? And that's basically what it is when it comes to being in a long distance relationship. And you get in the back of your head like, I don't think this is the great move for me to make. And these emotions sometimes comes from or elevates because no, you don't have the physical contact. It's the talk before separation type deal. You got to talk to them, because when you're in a relationship face to face per se, then you could just send them a text message or you could just go ghost on them. But when you're in a long distance relationship, you have to have that talk. And then you also have that fear that you'll lose that person emotionally, since because they moved away or they spend so much time with their friends. And you also had a doubt. I don't think this is something I want, so I want to end it type deal. So, that's when the fear sets in. And then you move on to this stage. Okay, the fear set in, and you're like, okay, maybe it will work. And this when the hope and you being optimistic comes in, where it's gonna make it. You gonna make it happen. It'll work out. This stage is when you need to plan out how you're gonna communicate with each other, the traveling schedule, the arrangements of meeting. But then you have to go back because the negative fear is going to set in again. Like, okay, I put all my time in this person. We make schedules. We meet up. And then what if it don't work out? Like, that's the negative part. And in anything you do, negativity will follow it. It just depends on how you handle that negativity. And I feel like I'm super yellow and brown. So just let me know what you guys think about that. But anyways, like I said, anything you do, the negativity will set in. But it's just up to you on how you handle it. And then after that, when the negativity come back, this is when the stress usually hit. The imagination, which is stress, fear again, okay? Fear, stress, emotional detachment, lack of communication, all of this stuff is part of the I'm scared. This not gonna work. I'm not gonna put all my time in one person and yeah, why should I? Type deal. And this happened like at the very beginning of the relationship, in a long distance relationship. Even though you guys might say, okay, I feel like this is any relationship, but times that by 10 when it comes to a relationship, because it could get worse. And I feel like every little thing they gonna do causes a kind of setback, a kind of concern to the other person. Like, you going out with your friends, like, what's gonna happen? You spending a lot of time with your family, and like, they just don't know what's going to happen. So, and this is, I feel like this is like stage 3 of this relationship is basically where I feel like you build your trust. And I know by now your trust should be already off the ground, but I feel like this is where you really, really have to build your trust with that person, because this is a type of stage where your significant other still goes to parties. This is a stage where he or she spends a lot of time with their friends, families, and sometimes that time is taken away from you guys because maybe she spent too much time with her friends and she's been out all night, and where do that leaves you type of deal. And that's when you move on to stage 4 of building that foundation of trust. Without trust, the emotions like anger, jealousy, and all of that stuff will come into play. And I feel like we have to have trust in everything that we do or deal with, like every person in different aspects of our life. Like at work, you have to have if you don't trust your boss, just have a little trust in that boss that he's leading you or she's leading you the correct way to build yourself at that job. When you have a friendship or you have a best friend, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of trust in that friend to keep secrets, to do something for you. Like, you have to have that trust. But without trust, you have those anger emotions, those jealousy emotions, and you just want to end everything right there because you don't trust them. And trust to me is the biggest thing to any relationship, not just communication. It has to be trust. And I feel like trust goes a long way. Trust do works on both sides. If I trust you 100%, then I expect for you to trust me 100%. But I feel like nobody would ever trust anybody 100%. Even if you've been married for 30 years, I feel like you'll never have that 100% trust. Especially if you in a relationship with somebody or marriage with somebody that had jealousy tendencies or have that flirtatious tendencies, you'll never trust them 100% because it's always that little man in the back of your head. I wonder what they doing. I wonder what she doing. I wonder who they talking to. Type deal. You get what I'm saying? And then I feel like after that 2 to I give it 2 weeks, maybe a month, maybe even 2 months, to where you build up that stage of um habits in the relationship. Like you get into that routine, like good morning texts. You call throughout the day just to see how they are doing. Um, and I also feel like any habit that you form in a long distance relationship, make sure it continue through the future, and it really doesn't feel like a chore, something that you have to constantly remind them to do. Or like for instance, I caught myself a couple of times asking, why did you go MIA? Like I hate when people go MIA on me. Um and I feel like I really don't care about that anymore. If you go MIA on me, I go MIA on you. Um and and then when you come back and talk to me, I choose when I want to talk to you, because I feel like at that time I feel like I invested all of my time into our friendship, relationship, whatever we had together, and I feel like if I always have to be a competition with someone else taking your time, I subtract myself from the situation. And when I say taking time from me, I mean like I'm not saying from your family, because I always feel like family first. I would never take that from anybody that I'm in a relationship with. If you want to spend time with your mom, go ahead. If you want to spend time with your parents, go ahead. If you want to spend time with your cousin, them, by all means. Because I know if the situation presents itself, or if the situation turned, I will be the same way. Um, but I would never want to. Um, I would say on a friendship level, I do feel like it should be some boundaries there. Like, I don't think that you should spend all your time with your friends and I get whatever time you have left over. I just don't. I just don't believe that. But if you've been with this friend, or if you and this friend had y'all been friends for since kindergarten or high school or something like that, then I kind of understand. But you met this friend at work and y'all only been friends for damn near a couple of weeks, and then you expect for me to be okay when you cut our dates, or when you just say, hey, you can't talk to me because you hanging with this friend. Like, I can't do that. But also don't be I also learned, don't be the person who forces another person to have a conversation with you, because I feel like when you force somebody to have a conversation with you, then you're going to sooner or later force them out your life. So if you really want to be in a relationship with somebody, let them see what, like, just mention it to them. And then I feel like if they really want to be with you, they'll notice some things, like, hey, maybe she is right. Maybe I do spend a lot of time with you, or maybe I do need to spend a little more time with her and a less more time with my friends. Like, they'll notice that. But now if you're with somebody and they like, okay, she nags way too much, and I like hanging around with my friends, nothing gonna change, then that's when it comes back to you like, okay, maybe I do need to let this relationship go. And that's when you enter into the comfort zone. The comfort zone is basically 3 months where you're going on with your life without your partner, just because you say, okay, she nags too much, I can't take this. But then I feel like in any relationship, you never supposed to get comfortable or feel like you complacent. When I say complacent, mean you don't feel like you could be replaced. And I feel like marriage or single or shacking, you can be replaced. Everybody, even though we don't want to think about it, everybody I feel like can and will get replaced. if your significant other don't feel appreciated, don't feel like they are important, then hey, they won't have a problem replacing you. So I feel like you should never ever get comfortable in any situation or relationship. Um and I feel like respecting each other at this stage is the most vital. Okay? Because at this stage, you probably push them to a limit to where they feel like they start questioning themselves, like, where do I belong in this relationship or in your life? And sometimes it depends on how you answer that. That depends on if this relationship is worth it. And that's when you enter into the seventh stage. I think that's where we're at. And that's doubt, uncertainty, which basically is doubt, okay? And this is where you are questioning the it's some serious questions in your mind about the relationship and the person you are with. And these questions are so steep. To get past this stage, you must find the issue, and you need to find the thing that's causing you to feel like this. It could be something they're doing, or it could be the person itself. You just need to find out, and you need to fix it. And when I say fix it, this is when reality checks in, and this is when you move to a different stage. And like I said, these stages are very quick. You might notice some of these stages when you are like living right down the road from your significant other. You still might have some of these stages in your relationship, especially at the beginning. And like I said, stage 8 is when the reality checks in. And then when the reality checks in, at this point, the relationship is not moving, it's not progressing, and this is when you need to decide, like, is this the relationship for me? And this decision needs to happen ASAP. And sometimes to get this decision like made for you, or get this decision like for someone else to give you advice, this is when your best friend, family member, or somebody needs to step in, and you just need to like vent to them and like, look, this is how I feel about this person. We've been in a relationship for this long, but I don't see myself fitting in this relationship long term. Sometimes when you have that conversation with somebody, I say, who is a sound mind, it helps you make a decision. Sometimes it's a good decision, sometimes it's a bad decision, sometimes it's a decision that needs to be made. And yeah, it's never easy to tell someone like, look, it's been fun, but I don't think this the relationship for me. And then they're going to ask why, and then you're going to tell them why, and then they're going to say, well, I'm not the only one. You do this. But by the time you guys have this conversation, sometimes the conversation ends with you guys just trying to make it work. And then that's when you move into the stability stage. The stability stage is basically where you make the decision or the choice to stick it out. And then this is where the peace of mind comes. Your mentality is past the fear, the negative thoughts, the final stage. You guys are ready. Okay? This is like when you almost at the finish line and you can see it. And this stage is probably, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, Because honestly, I feel like it takes a little over a year for, I feel like a long distance relationship take longer to evolve to get to the sweet cupcake phase, to get to the I miss you, I love you phase. I feel like it take a year to get to that phase. Because I feel like when you first meet somebody, you're still meeting them within the first year. But when you're face to face with that person every day, I feel like it moves faster because you can actually see them face to face. But when it comes to a long distance relationship, it kind of strange because you don't see them on a day to day basis. I mean, you probably see them, but you don't see them like eye to eye. You see them like through a computer screen or something like that. You don't see them face to face. Um, but when you get past the stability stage, which is the final stage, which is the future. So it's everything that works up to that. In this future, you need to um know that your mental state is A1. Know that we can make it through this relationship. We just have to have great communication. We have to if we have to have daily check-ins. Like sometimes we even got to have weekly check-ins. Um, and when I say check-ins, I mean, hey, how the relationship is doing, how you feel about our relationship. If you don't want to do it daily, do it weekly. If you don't want to do it weekly, do it monthly. When I say have a check-in, I mean, I'd rather for you guys to have a face-to-face check-in or where you can actually see each other have this conversation like you're actually here. Like I'm sitting here having a conversation with you guys. And when you get to the future, you know, the relationship is great. Um, and this is the time where you're like, you have to make a decision to either move or you need to make a decision to stay where you are. But it has to be a decision made. And I feel like this is the decision where you guys decide to become one with each other. And when I say come one with each other, this is when the marriage comes, the family comes. This is when you have decided to move to where they are, or they have decided to move where you are. So that's basically my opinion how the stages of a long distance relationship goes. I know I said 9 stages, but I kind of gave you guys 10 because I did want to like have it where I feel like it's where it's 9 stages. I feel like I couldn't just stop at stability. I also had to talk or speak on the future because when you are in a long distance relationship, it is a point in time to where you guys are going to have to make that decision. Like, if this is going to work full time and you don't want to start over and this is our future, then you have to make the decision to move to whatever state you guys both decide in. If you guys stay in Mississippi and one stay in Georgia, then if she moved to Georgia with you, then you guys know that's y'all future. That's where y'all want to stay. Or sometimes you do have it in a long distance relationship where they pick one state and just move together to it and then make it that work. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope this video help you out. If you are in a long distance relationship and you want to make it work, use these stages and I hope it works out for you. If you want me to touch more on long distance relationship, let me know of some topics you guys want me to talk about this in long distance relationships, and let me know in the comment section below. Always, if you want to follow me on any of all of my social medias, or if you just want to see like what videos you guys have missed, make sure you check out the description box. Also, one more thing. I do have a website coming up, and I think I'm going to put it on Facebook. I'm not sure. Where I will be selling a lot of things. I'm not sure if I will put out a video for it. I might will. I don't know yet. But if I do that, then I'll let you guys know about that. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys have a great, great day, a great night whenever you are watching this. And always remember, be yourself. Be happy. You're the only one can make yourself happy. Don't try to look for happiness from anybody else. And if you haven't got anything from my video today, do what makes you happy. Okay? Don't always follow behind somebody else. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Stay blessed, stay prayed up, because this is a crazy world we're living in. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Be blessed, guys.